I have tried to film this at least 47 times. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration. I do have kind of a longer introduction. I will have Jen, who you'll find out who she is in a minute, put a little timestamp if you want to just skip to the reactionary video. It is Jessie Lee Ward, obviously. It's not a secret. I think it's probably going to be in the title of this video. I will also put what I do talk about in the description in case you do want to know what I say, but you don't want to listen because maybe you hate my voice and you just want to hear me talk shit about Jessie Lee. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So a few weeks ago, it was story time. A few weeks ago, I found out that 50 Stories was wrapping up pre-production. They were like, hey girl, what's up? Are you ready? If you don't know, I'm not going to get into that because it'll be a whole thing, but it is a interview type docu-series that I was asked to host. So I help with the casting and the hosting. Here we are. I just had to build my own channel, but then I neglected it. So now I'm posting once a week. Hey. How you doing? Jen is the editor for 50 Stories. I did ask her if she could edit my videos once I hit 100. I think we're at like 95, 94, which is close enough to 100 for me, right? So that's that. That's why I'm here. I posted on my TikTok account, which I will post. Here's my handle. I'm not, that was a big deal for me because I don't talk about my TikTok account anywhere else but TikTok. I don't know why. I'm not like ashamed of it. I love that. I love that app. I think it's much more interpersonal than Facebook is. I feel like Facebook is pretty much just like people watching to see if you're just like still alive occasionally. I don't know. I don't really use it as often. But yeah. So there was my TikTok handle. I posted, I said, what would you guys want me to talk about? And everyone's been tagging me in a bunch of different topics or messaging me topics. Really appreciate it. We actually have a lot. And obviously I only picked the ones that I feel qualified to talk about, given, you know, a lot of different things about myself. So moving on to the next little segue part, multi-level marketing was obviously the very first place to start. For me, I've talked about it before on my podcast. It's something that I have been heavily influenced by lately. I have been inside of these companies. And I have people ask me about them all the time, whether it's for education reasons or, hey, how was your experience? And then I tell them the truth and they're like, wow, didn't know that. So I started here, kind of segued into life coaching because parts of that do have this kind of structure to it inside the industry, and it's really gross, and that's what my company works to change. And now we're talking about multi-level marketing coaches, specifically Jessie Lee Ward. To wrap up the month, I will talk about Tony Robbins and how he uses manipulative language to make a lot of money off of people that don't have a lot of money. Much like network marketers. So yeah. I think it's important because a lot of us use negativity to define something that goes against our beliefs or something that we don't like. And I just want to tell you, like, number one, it does feel good when you hear your own negative opinion reflected back to you in a verifiable way. Because no one likes to be like told by their family, oh no, you're wrong, you're negative, you have a negative mindset, or their friends. So I'm here to tell you that you're allowed to be, not only are you allowed to be negative, but it's encouraged. We live in a society that kind of preys on toxic positivity, like relies on toxic positivity, and that's just not fair. That's not nice. You could be acting against someone's bullshit and they'll say that you're negative about it. You know what I'm talking about? That's called manipulation and gaslighting. So this topic is important to me because I've been told I've been negative before by different, you know, people, and I'm just like, but look around, right? It's like it's raining outside and you bring an umbrella and someone's like, why the fuck do you have an umbrella? Because it's fucking raining, guy. Like, do you see? Everything is on fire and it's also raining. So I have a fire suit and I have an umbrella. That's that. Let's just get into Jessie Lee Ward. She talks today about training on courage. The video from last week, so if you go, you can't see the one from last week. It's because I'm a perfectionist and it kind of messed up when Jen sent it back to me. I just didn't like it. Then when I was deleting that one, I saw that #BossLee uploaded another video, and I was like, well, maybe this one will be much more in depth than the last one, because the last one was just like basic fucking copy paste bullshit, live your truth rhetoric. This guy, this one right here, just swear warning. I don't know what about me makes you think that this would be a kid's channel. It's fucking not. I'm going to swear a lot. If there's any potential warnings, Jen will know when to put them up because I will make sure to let her know. We'll just see what comes out of my mouth. This is Jessie Lee, #BossLee, training on courage.
Hello, everybody. What is going on? It's Jessie Lee, and you can call me Boss Lee. I'm here to talk to you today about how to be more courageous. And if you do not know the value of something like this, you do know. I would say a lot of you probably have a problem with this, where fear is running your entire lives. If you can relate to that, make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you know that I'm going to pour into you about courage, because I will promise you that not only do I read a lot about this, but in general, I think that this is something that can transform your entire life. And so I'm speaking from a lot of experience in this, because every day you're going to have to do courageous things. And I have a quick question before I really dive into this. Have any of you ever done something that scares you and you feel like the pitta-patta in your neck and you feel like you're going to die? Everything's going to fall apart. My world's going to fall apart. Everything's wrong. Everyone hates me. I would like you to first of all ask yourself, who the hell is everybody? Okay, who the hell is everyone? Second of all, there's literally no possible way that everyone and any and nobody and everyone and whatever, it's generalizing. Okay, you're globalizing. It's impossible. And so we do this with ourselves, and we stop ourselves from walking in and stepping into our greatness and our destiny. We've got to put a stop to it. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, is stepping into your courage. And you've all hopefully had moments in your life where you're courageous. If you have, you can put like a yes in the comments below. But a time in your life where you knew you had to do something that required courage. There was something that maybe people looked at you like you were a little bit strange, even back in your childhood. Maybe somebody was being made fun of and you stood up for them. Maybe somebody was, doing something against the grain and you were the one who said, hey, leave them alone. Maybe somebody was getting bullied for their weight or their skin color or their gender or their sexuality or their religion or the way they dress or being poor or whatever. And you stood up for them, right? That takes courage. Okay. These kinds of things take courage. And so I'm going to walk you through this. If you're tuning in live, you can drop a 1 below. If you're catching a replay, you can drop I miss you, especially on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Yeah, on Instagram, I'll comment back too. But we're going to dive in right away. So I'll give a couple of hellos. If you do share, I'll give you a full name shout out or user handle.
Okay. Disclaimer here. I have notes. She is going to say something about her following. What we're going to learn in this is that she fucking lies all the time. I actually wrote down her follower count, the first video that someone sent me, and that was over a week and a half ago. She'll make a claim on that. Let's talk about what she's doing 50 seconds into this video. She is basically dismissing doubts and outside opinions when she says like, oh, have you ever gotten that feeling? And then saying, who the hell is everyone? And it's impossible for everybody to think that. Then by using words like generalizing and globalizing, that doesn't mean what she thinks it means. I will have a whole class on, not a class, I'll have a whole video on the language used by underqualified life coaches and just people in general on the internet. That's going to be in there as well. And then she uses key terms like greatness and destiny. All she's doing is like using these staple words to reach her target audience, which is people that are failing in their network marketing. So what I would like you to do, I don't have my sunglasses. Let's put our glasses on, right? Our network marketing glasses. And we're going to pretend that we are network marketers as we watch this training, because that's how I want you, that's who her viewers are. They're people in network marketing, most likely people that are failing in their network marketing business. And so they're taking 30 minutes out of their day plus more to watch these videos to hopefully find the answer. I know, because this was me at one point in time. She's also love bombing when she says you were courageous at one point. Don't you remember when what does me sticking up for someone 20 years ago have to do with network marketing today? Not a single thing. But what it's going to do is it's going to set the tone for the viewer's mentality. And you will see, if you're someone who's considered network marketing, when you watch these onboarding videos or any sort of training videos that they do, the emotional wave that happens, no one should ever make you feel up and down and up and down. Okay? Typically when someone's presenting a topic, it's going to, like a movie, it'll be climactic and then it'll have down moments. But when you're in a training like this, we should be training on the actual concept. And that's what's wrong, is that courage isn't a concept that is trainable. You can't train someone to be courageous. So she's love bombing you by saying you have been great at one point in time. Don't you remember this thing that I'm training you on right now? You've done it already. And then love bombing again by doing full name shout outs. That's all that is. She doesn't give a shit about any of these people. If somebody's name is too hard for her to say, she won't shout them out no matter what they comment or share. Your name is the only thing that you own. From the day you're born till the day you die, it's the only thing you identify yourself with. So think about like when Johnny Depp, that's just off the top of my head, if Johnny Depp were to say my whole fucking government name, which is my handle for most things, I would shit my pants, right? In all honesty, that probably is what would happen. A lot of these people view Jessie Lee Ward as being on the same rank as Johnny Depp or Megan Fox, which she's fucking not. She might think she is, but she's not. And so her doing a full name shout out is not only sharing that information, the bullshit that she's spewing right now with all of these people's audience. So, you know, sharing her bullshit, her analytics are going to go up barely. But also, love bombing.
You follow wherever you're watching or subscribe. So hello, Jackie. Hello, Roxanne. Hi, Maria. Hi, Nicoletta. Hi, Charisse. Hi, Christina, Jennifer, Missy, Frankie, Katie, Sarah, and Heather, Courtney, Alana, all of you. I really appreciate so many of you jumping on and sharing this to the world. So you got to be courageous, right? You got to be courageous. And courage really means, I'm going to read a really crazy quote out of here in a little bit here. So you just stay tuned. Okay. Being courageous means being afraid and acting anyway, doing what's maybe not so popular and doing it anyway, standing up for things even when everybody else is telling you not to. Okay. And it's interesting because in our culture, I really find that in the world, we try to promote fearlessness, which is actually not the goal. You're not trying to be fearless. All right. If you understand what I'm saying, put fear in the comments. It's okay to feel the fear, right? It's okay to feel scared. It's just not okay to stay afraid, okay? And so many people want to be fearless. I'll tell you more. It's more like for me, I feel fear in a lot of stuff. And then I like to remind myself, hopefully this helps you, I'm about to say, I like to remind myself that there's no way it's as bad as people are trying to make it seem, or not even people are making it seem like my mind is trying to make it seem. You understand? Does that make sense? Your mind will jump to conclusions. Your mind will jump to everything is falling apart. Your mind will jump to I am paralyzed. You have to understand. Oh, thank you for your order, 6507. I didn't even say anything about ordering, and thank you. Just popped up on the screen, right? You assume so often, because we do this. We get so caught up in our minds. And it's never that bad. You know, a hate article or an angry person or somebody that doesn't like the way you look or the way you talk or the language you use or whatever it is, especially on the internet where nobody stops to think it's just the internet. We live in this crazy world, I swear. I want you to understand that fear is actually a universally powerful emotion, and feeling that little bit of terror sometimes can actually push you forward into using your courage. So if that makes sense, just, stay tuned. By the way, thank you for sharing. Appreciate you. Like my zip up. Thank you. This was
I need a drink for this one. All right. Potentially trigger warning. I'm going to mention unaliving. Okay. Number one, again, we have our network marketing glasses on. So courage, she says, it's being afraid and acting anyway, doing something even though people might be saying it's the wrong thing, blah, 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 blah. What they do in cults is they take words and they loosely define them based on their agenda. So courage is the ability to do something that frightens one. Public speaking could be a thing that requires courage, right? But she said, doing something that someone might not agree with, bleh. No, she's saying that because she knows a lot of these people's family and friends are like, hey, you're getting scammed. You're losing money. Women's husbands are getting upset at them, and, partners and significant others and friends and family are saying you're not making money, and also please stop trying to scam me into paying for these products that I don't want. So she can take that definition and twist it in a way that is going to connect with them. Like, you know what? My mom did say that I was spending a lot of money on this thing and I wasn't getting any results. She's just not a believer because I see what's possible. So that's what she's doing there. Now, when she says feel the fear, people want to be fearless. Number one, she goes from society to world. There's a lot of different cultures besides Jessie Lee's that appreciate and recognize fear as being romantic and appreciated. It's kind of it is based on societal standards. It's not the fucking world, but she's the number one everything in the world. She can wipe her ass better than everybody else. It's not as bad. But the feel the fear part, before I get to the not as bad, the feel the fear, and the trigger warning will go up directly right before it needs to. She's contradicting what she said 50 seconds into this video when she said, that pitter-patter, oh, who the hell is everybody? She's saying dismiss it, but now she's saying, no, feel it. Use it to push you to do something great. Fear is fear is universal because it's an evolutionary byproduct of us as fucking mammals. There's a reason that majority of people have a fear of the dark. There's a reason that a lot of people have a fear of clowns or misrepresented faces or fucking spiders. It's just, she's so fucking out of her own element that I can't handle it. Then she says it's not as bad. This is where the trigger warning needs to go. People have fucking unalived themselves for comments on the internet. People have. You, Jessie Lee, have blocked people for saying things that you don't fucking like. So can you differentiate the internet in real life? No, because your life is the fucking internet. That's why you're uploading every 10 fucking seconds. Every time I get on the internet, Jessie Lee's got 14 new fucking videos going up. Can you differentiate internet and reality? Some people really can't. And for you to sit here and say, oh, it's not as bad as it makes it seem, you're saying that because you want these people to believe that them losing money in this fucking scam isn't as bad as it actually fucking is. But for you to say that, oh, people can't differentiate that it's the internet, knowing goddamn full well that people have literally unalived themselves because of rude and hateful comments on the internet. Comments that you have made about other people, mind you. You're a fucking despicable human being. And this is why I'm so glad that I deleted that video, because I didn't really say anything bad. I did say that you were a fucking cretin. But for you to say that shit, knowing full damn well what you mean, get fucked. And that's not even the worst thing she's gonna say. And then for her to go, yeah, it's not as bad as your mind makes it seem. Oh, do you like my Louis Vuitton jacket? Yeah, it was a gift. Because she wants you to feel like, oh my God, you're gonna get showered with fucking gifts. I was a trainer and I was a leader in a network marketing company. I think that the most I ever got was like a pin. So no, y'all ain't getting Louis Vuitton. She goes on to talk about her watches and her bullshit. I'm so glad. Disclaimer, I'm not an anti-MLM creator because I could not do this every single fucking week. Please go follow these people who probably have their shit together and can do this all the time, because I don't have the mentality.
A gift from somebody on our team. So I'm really appreciative of it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yeah, I think it looks great. All right. So thank you very much. Appreciate you. Okay. So the next thing I would say, we got a lot of yeses over here. We got a lot of yeses over on Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate you. Second thing I'll say around courage is that courage is legitimately, thank you for my badge. Follow me, getting fit. Appreciate you. Courage is a habit. Okay. It's a muscle you can exercise. We're not really born courageous. We're born where we feel fear and we're okay with failing and we get back up again. But the courage muscle is actually something that you cannot just magically acquire. It takes time. I used to do this thing. I don't know if this is going to be useful for you, but when I would do something that I knew was going to require courage, I would actually count backwards. Like I would literally go, okay, Jessie Lee, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I would go do it. Like I would feel the fear. You know, it really started, I think the first couple times I can think about it was, you know, middle school or something. I liked a boy and I was going to go talk to him. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous to talk to him, right? I'm so nervous to talk to him. And I'd say, okay, Jessie Lee, like what's the worst that's going to happen? I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hi. Okay, that's really like the first times I can feel. I know for sure that there was for sure some courage going on, but then it turns into a muscle. And the first time I got on stage, I'm like barfing basically 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? The first time I did a podcast, y'all know the first time I did a podcast, I wanted to barf. I was like, gag me. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit the record button. First time I went live, second time I went live, 10th time I went live, 50th time I went live. There was this nervousness inside of me, right? This nervousness where I had to be courageous and step into it, right? And yes, thank you for the crown, Allie Joe 85. That's so cool. Okay, it's a muscle you can exercise, and it starts with small stuff, right? It starts with small stuff. It turns into a habit after you do it more often. You get it by doing courageous acts. You do it by doing the right thing. It's just like you learn to swim by swimming. You learn to run by running. You learn to speak by speaking. You learn courage by doing courage. That might sound so crazy, but it's so true. You know, the first times I was apologizing for stuff. Who likes to apologize? 0% of people. Nobody likes to apologize, okay? I remember, especially growing up with brothers in the house, you never wanted to apologize for anything. I don't know if you can relate to that, but that's definitely my story. Okay, I never wanted to apologize. We'd get put in the same sweaters. You know, my parents would put me in the same sweatshirt as them, like, hug your sibling. I'm like, I don't want to hug my sibling, right? You got to get the courage of apologizing, saying you're wrong, and not necessarily having the last word all the time. And that's so common. I really see it on the internet, especially these days. It's like everybody wants to fight. Everybody's fighting. I'm like, if you've come to my corner of the internet, we don't do fighting around here. Okay, we don't do drama. We don't do.
That's a fucking lie. Let's go back now. There are no scholarly articles as to if courage is in fact a habit. Can the things that you need to do, that you want to do, be developed as habits that do require courage? Yes. Courage is essentially the thing needed for all the other things in life. When she says, what's the worst thing that can happen? Again, we have our network marketing classes on, okay? We're not talking about saying hi to the boy in the hallway. We're talking about investing our money. Sometimes the last $99 that someone has into a pyramid scheme where 99% of people fail. Make no money, or lose money. Sorry. Yeah, make money, $268 a year for one particular company. That's not what we're not talking about. Talking to the cute boy. But she's just downplaying it. We're talking about investing money that we don't have to potentially make money that we most likely won't make. So again, there are no scholarly articles to back what she is saying, and I think that if you're going to say anything as a fact, you should present it as a fact, and you should have maybe some links in your description saying that it's a fact. So I don't know where my courage muscle is. If you guys know, be sure to let me know. I think it might be hidden somewhere in like Prove It fucking headquarters. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Again, that's not what courage means. Courage is doing something in the face of fear. Not, you know what I mean? It's a very loose denotation of the word courage. Just very loosely, because that's what you do when you're a fucking cult leader, or when you're in a cult and you're spreading the word or the doctrine of the cult, which in her case is to fucking be a network marketer, is you loosely identify words that have common meanings that can easily be used to dissuade a particular group of people from thinking something. So from these people from thinking they're not courageous because they're just being told they're scam artists, she's telling you that you're courageous exactly because of the people that say that you're a scammer. Does that make sense? Then someone commented fear is trained. No, it's not. Fear is, again, it's an evolutionary thing. Can fear be trained in a certain way, as in can it be inherited from our parents or who raises us? Yeah, absolutely. We can observe fear and we can learn that fear and then we can work on getting over it later on. But for the most part, a lot of us have ingrained evolutionary traits of fear. Then the one thing I want her to understand, Jessie Lee, I know that you won't watch my videos because I'm nobody on the internet, which is a shame. There's a difference between courage and overcoming a fear. When you're talking about overcoming a fear, you do need courage to do it. But courage innately is not the act of overcoming a fear. It's a byproduct and something that someone uses and utilizes as an emotion and as a propeller to get over their fear. It's not the same thing. Then she says, I don't do drama. But she did call walking on next to Julie Joe, I believe is her name on here. I've seen her on TikTok. Mrs. Potato Head. So that tells me that you do kind of do drama. Also, the fact that you block everybody, yeah.
Fighting, we don't do any of that stuff. If I do something wrong, I'll apologize. If I hurt somebody's feelings, I'll apologize. If I step on somebody's toes, I'll apologize.
Why don't you apologize to the millions of fucking people that you've roped into multi-level marketing, have lost money, who you then gaslight and blame? Oh, but right, because you're fucking lying. That's
apologize. We are not going to fight. We're not going to cuss people out. We're not going to do any of this like gross stuff on my little corner of the internet. Okay. So I appreciate that very, very much. And I think that takes a lot of courage. Negativity is never the answer. Absolutely. So get in the habit.
Hey, remember when I said negativity is sometimes the answer? When you're faced with a negative situation, you're allowed to react negatively. That's exactly what I'm doing. So it's okay. Your toxic positivity has no space in my corner of the internet because we talk about things that you would say are just negative, even though they're based on fact.
Habit, if you will. Hey guys, how you doing? I love that. Hey Bosley, what's up? Get in the habit of deciding what you think and what you feel about things and speak from that place of conviction. Okay, you got to practice it. You got to practice saying this is not okay. You got to practice saying this is okay. You got to practice saying this is what I stand for. You got to practice saying this is who I am, right? It takes courage to get on the internet when people are straight up bullying you for what you do, what you believe in, your thoughts. Like I said earlier, your race, your gender, your skin color. That's your race. Well, yeah, it doesn't even matter. All these things, how you dress, how you talk, how you walk, all this stuff. So easy to be unpleasant. Try being pleasant, and it takes courage, and you can do it firmly. It's not going to offend anybody. Okay, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, a 3.
Okay, I'm firmly telling you that you are a scam artist. See how I did it? Firmly, but not like in a rude way. I think that you are a scam artist, and I think that you know it, because I think that you see people not making as much money as you. And I think that part of you somewhere along the way got lost in the money while focusing on overcoming your own traumas in life. What you fail to realize is that all of these people are now being traumatized through the same generational curses that you are very fortunate enough as a white woman in America to break. As someone who got into a company early enough, you were able to break generational trauma of not having proper finances. Why do you think that it's okay to now take advantage of these people when you know for a fact? I know that you're in the back offices with these fucking CEOs and shit, seeing what happens. Why are you okay with that? And this is coming, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I used to look up to Jessie Lee Ward. She was in a company that I got with after they got bought out. And everyone was like, we don't say her name, we don't talk about her. I had looked at some of her trainings and I respected her as a person. But some of the things that she said, I feel like somewhere along the way, she saw the money and she lost sight of maybe she did have a good purpose at one point in time. But I don't think it was in network marketing. I know it wasn't, because that's not ever the answer for anything. So again, I'm firmly asking you why you think it's okay to scam thousands of people every day. My email is going to be in the description if you want to answer.
Well, Brittany goes, yes. Hey, Glenda, how are you? Hey, Brenda Ann, how you doing? Okay. Now I want you to get used to this. Okay, I want you to get into the pattern of noticing every time you're scared to do something. It's that physical feeling. If you felt that physical feeling, put yes in the chat for me. That physical feeling where your body's like, oh God, my body's saying don't do it. My body's saying absolutely not. My body is telling me I'm probably gonna die if I'm courageous in this moment, right? You'll start to realize you do these things in these patterns all the time. Okay, you're already braver than you think. You're already the little stuff. You're nervous when you merge onto a highway. You do it anyway. You're nervous when you have to pick up the phone call and talk to somebody. Can I talk to my manager? You still do it anyway. You're nervous when you're in the grocery store or when you're parking. I don't know about you guys, but I have parallel parked 400 times. Maybe more than 400 times, I guess. How many times have I parallel parked in my life, for God's sake? Anybody else? I need to know who my people are. Who still gets heart palpitations? And I mean, I'm parallel parking like a crazy person, right? Like I got my music turned all the way up. I'm not even looking. Like I'm like popping gum in my mouth. I probably have a phone in my hand. Just kidding. And I'm like, I whip that sucker in there, but I still feel that like, what if I mess it all up? What if I act, and then my car starts going beep, 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 because you're getting.
Hi. Okay, that feeling is sometimes called an anxiety or a panic attack. Please don't ignore that. Don't push your body through that. If you feel that while you're merging onto the highway or calling to talk to a manager, those things don't really have anything to do with multi-level marketing, and she knows this, much like talking to the boy has nothing to do with multi-level marketing. Please don't force yourself to do something that puts your body into a severe fight or flight response, because not only is this not good for you inside physically, it's also not good for you mentally, especially in multi-level marketing. Because what happens, you're getting, to put it in layman's terms, your body is deciding whether it's in danger. And if your body's deciding if it's in danger for multi-level marketing, immediately red flag. It's deciding if it's in danger. Typically, however, like on a roller coaster, you might get that feeling. I don't, because why would I? You go up the hill, you start getting that little feeling, but the reward is you get to go down the hill and you get to release all of those emotions and you feel giddy and haha funny and happy. With multi-level marketing, there typically is no down, right? You're just going up and up and up and up and spending more and more and more money and constantly being in fight or flight, like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? You're never going to get that downhill. You might get a little like, oh, I made $200, but then there's another, you go up again, right? You're going to do this, and over time, your body's going to not be able to differentiate between a lot of things in life. And you can not only completely fuck up your nervous system, I'm talking physically, but your mental sanity. So no, if you're having a panic attack because of multi-level marketing, which is what she is talking about, stop.
Too close to stop. I feel like I'm going to hit something. You do it anyway. You feel you feel that. I love this. Yes, I avoid parallel parking at all costs, right? We all.
Yeah. See how that person commented and said they avoid it at all costs? What would happen if they said they avoid multi-level marketing and posting about their product because it gives them the same feeling? She wouldn't be, giggle, giggle. She wouldn't be so like, she would tell them they're a fucking loser and that she's blocking them. Because they're not making her any money.
Right? We all do this. This is so real. And so you're so much braver than you think. You keep succeeding in what you're doing and you're not even giving yourself credit. You're literally not even giving yourself credit. And so I want us to get better at that, right? Notice every time. That's what I'm saying. Notice every time you physically feel it and you do it anyway. Notice every time you physically feel the fear and you do it anyway. That is how you get great at everything that you are doing, okay? All right, the next thing I will say if you want to be more courageous is focus on the people or the cause you're standing up for. I know I trigger people. Okay, it's so funny. I was looking at my Instagram analytics today because my friend Val owns a company. He's like, your social media is blowing up again. I said, yeah, I know. Like, I've got this whole plan, this whole structure.
Hey, warning, she's going to lie right here and I'm going to call her out on it.
Everything's working really well. I'm very grateful for it. And so thank you for all the follows. There's so many of you that are new followers. I actually know the exact number of new followers in the last 7 days. It's a lot. I know it on Instagram. I don't know it anywhere else. I just checked all my insights over here and it's like a lot. So hello, if you're new. If you're new, you can drop new in the chat. If you've just found me, make sure you hit follow. It's always business tips, etc. I know what I stand for. I know who I am. I know who I'm speaking to. And if I bother you, I'm literally not speaking to you. You can also unfollow because it showed me how many unfollows I have and it shows me how many follows I have. And my follows are way more than my unfollows, but my unfollows were still over 7,000 unfollows in the last week.
She just said that her follows were way more than her unfollows in the last week and her unfollows were over 7,000. Now, unlucky for her, but lucky for us. I was doing a video on her last week. This video is the one that I told you in the beginning was deleted. So that was uploaded Thursday, January 20th. Her video she's talking in now was uploaded on the 22nd. So the week that she would be talking about is directly the week that I took notes. At that time, she had 289,000 followers. I said she was a verified Instagram creator with 289,000 followers because that was in my video. Okay? So now she has 293,000. 293,000 minus 289,000 is 4,000. Her unfollows were more than 7,000, but then she said her follows were more than that. And that is a lie because I wrote it down right here. And if you don't believe me, I'll public that video that was uploaded on last Thursday. Because today is Thursday. So a week ago, the 20th, I'll put it public where you'll see that I said that. And I think I even showed a screenshot in there of her having 289,000. It's only a 4,000 difference. Again, it's the littlest shit that she lies about. Why not just say you gained 4,000 followers in a week? That's still fucking impressive.
I went, what the hell, man? What the hell? My followers were way more, but over 7,000 people were like, oh, what the hell? That's okay. That's literally so okay because I know what I stand for. I know who I am as a woman. I know what my character is. I know who I speak up for. I know the impact I make. And if you check out my Instagram and Facebook story right now, actually, so moved by this Girl Scout cookie story. You have to see it. The amount of you who have your children listening to me. And I think about the impact of that next generation if I continue to be courageous in how I stand up and I continue to be bold and I continue to be able to say, I am sorry, I screwed up, or I am really apologetic that I hurt your feelings, or I feel terrible that I did that. Or in the case of this is what I believe in, I am going to talk about it all the time. You know, this is not in my notes of what I was going to talk about, but if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. I'll say it again because it's a good one. I don't know who said it. I wish I could give credit, right? If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. You fall for everything. Okay, I would rather be mocked for what I believe in and what I stand for than be followed by a bunch of people who are actually not my people. Okay, I think a lot of people who don't want to make money unfollow Bossly. That's what that is. Okay, but you know what? It is what it is.
First of all, we just figured out that you lied about your unfollows and your follows. Second of all, I think it's because people don't make money that they unfollow you because you make it seem like they're going to. Do my 90-day run, guys, and oh my God, you're going to be booming. But if you don't do it right, you're not going to be booming. Your Instagram fucking sucks. And you just lied. So, every single person on here, you just lied. Like, she just lied to your face.
Okay, it is what it is. You want to make some money on the internet? You go ahead and hit follow on this corner of the internet. That's all I know. You turn your subscriptions on and we go. Okay? So focus on what you're standing up for. Focus on who you are. I am focused on serving the network marketing profession. I am focused on teaching network marketers to not just get rich, but also create wealth. There is a massive difference between the two. You can be flashy, and I know I got some flash, whatever. Most of it's
Speaking of her Instagram, because a lot of people are saying that she buys her followers, less than 1% of her following likes her stuff. And again, my Instagram analytics suck because I post on there. I just posted the last 3 days and then I didn't post like 2 months before then really consistently. I hardly use it. So it doesn't make sense. 0.45% interaction on her last video that she posted. 0.45%. 10% is like the social media average. So if you have, watch time. If I get 2,000 people that watch my video and 160 people like it, then I know it performed a little under average. Now, if I have another 2,000 that watch another one and then 207 like it, then I know it performed about on average. This is way the fuck less than 10%. So please tell me where she's a social media she's not. Just because she's showing up to people in network marketing, people outside of network marketing have no idea who she is. And this shows 0.45% interaction rate.
Most of it's gifts, so just chill, okay? For those of you that don't know, I did buy the Rolex. But I did not buy the Louis. I did not buy the Cartier, the Tiffany's. I did not buy. I did not buy the Louis Vuitton coat. Gifts, okay? Gifts. These shoes, super cute. Louis Vuitton shoes. No, I didn't buy them. They're a gift. All right, but I'm telling you.
Can you imagine if I did that? So these eyelashes, gift. This shirt, I bought it. These sweatpants, I bought them. These shoes right here, gift. This, I don't have my ring on because my fingers were swollen the other day. Gift.
Oh, my Arabic necklace, my gold Arabic necklace, gift. Okay? But I know what I'm standing up for. Okay? I know who I am. I know what I'm doing.
She knows who she is because she's completely made up every single thing about herself, including her Instagram following.
And I know over here, I know that can be difficult. Some people don't want to risk their social standing. Some people want to make sure they're so well liked by everybody. Not everybody likes you. And as soon as you try to please everybody, you don't even please yourself. And then what are you? You're like a walking zombie. What is the purpose? Be courageous in standing up for who you are. Be courageous in showing people what you're about. Don't feel bad for being the person, the man, the woman that you are, okay? So just think about that, right? Just think about that.
She's about to piss off a lot of people right now.
It's okay to stand up for yourself and for people. And we just did that huge live about Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I want you to go back and watch that whole live if you have not watched that live. Think about the courage that man had to walk through his life the way he walked through his life, the things that were difficult for him to do, and he did it anyway because it was the right thing to do. People are going to mock you. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to say you're crazy. They're going to call you names. They're going to try to cancel culture you in 2022. You know what? They can laugh all they want, but you know what they can't do? They cannot stop you. They cannot.
Jessie Lee Ward, how fucking dare you, days after Martin Luther King Jr. Day, compare network marketing to what Martin Luther King Jr. did? Think about it. Really honestly think about it. I'm going to sit here and say, people are going to talk shit about you. But think about what Martin Luther King Jr. did. People talk shit about him and he didn't care. No, they didn't just talk shit about Martin Luther King Jr. They fucking assassinated the man. So why don't you give him a history lesson since you think that you're so fucking funny and so cute and so inspirational? Every single fucking person in this chat right now is a white fucking woman. And you just compared their network marketing scam to Martin Luther King Jr. I can see every single one of their profile pictures. That's why I said that. Not that that matters, but it does matter because you're a white woman comparing white women to Martin Luther King Jr. I hope every soda you ever drink is already fucking flat. I hope you get a paper cut on your fucking tongue every time you lick some bullshit envelope to cash some bullshit scam check that you ever get. And I hope that your extensions fall out of your fucking head. Because not only have you told people that their thoughts are not that bad, now you're comparing people to Martin Luther King Jr. Not people. Network marketing. Get fucked.
Stop you. They cannot stop you from putting out content. They cannot stop you from speaking your truth. They cannot stop you from spreading what you know to be true. They cannot stop you from being courageous. Stand up for something, okay? I stand up, like I said, for this network marketing profession. I always will. This is the best profession on earth. You can call me any name you want. You can say anything you want about me. I literally save people's lives, not figuratively,
You don't save people's lives. I've saved people's lives. You want to know how? Because I'll tell you. I bet you can't tell me. What you can tell me is that someone directly in your downline probably messaged you and said, oh, thank you for showing me this opportunity. Oh, because they got in early enough. Do you want me to talk to you about my friends that I've literally driven out to them miles and miles and miles away from where I was at the time because they were afraid that they were going to do something to themselves? Do you want me to talk about when I worked in a prison and I had people get out and message me saying thank you for treating me like a person while I was in there because I wasn't sure that I was going to make it when I got out? Do you want me to talk to you about the people that still haven't relapsed after they got out of prison and sent me that same sentiment and said thank you for treating me like a person and not like an addict or a criminal? That's saving people's lives. If we're going to talk good about ourselves, I'm going to talk good about myself too. You have signed people up for a fucking scam. You haven't saved anybody's fucking life. I can't say what I want to say because you're just a horrible person. Like, you've proved it numerous times. You've lied to everybody in this chat about your following. You've compared them to Martin Luther King Jr. You've told them that their problems aren't that big and that they're not that bad. And that's just one fucking video. And 3 things. If I wanted to be really nitpicky, I could.
I guess I figuratively do it as well. I literally save people's lives. So you don't like me, that's fine. Give me all the views. Keep talking. I wrote down a quote today. I put it in my Instagram story as well. I want to pull it up really fast if I can pull it up quickly while I'm still doing all these things over here. But I will tell you, did you see that quote that I read today? I put in my story today. Come on.
Not all press is good press. Just a fact.
Now, I got it. Come on now, man. Who got that quote? Who got that quote? Here it is. Hold on. I'm like 2 stories away. Come on, phone. Too many phones, too little time. Too many phones, too little time. Whatever. Y'all saw it, right? It was something like, I don't care what you say about me as long as you keep talking about me, right? Just keep talking about me. That's all that really matters because you cannot stop me, all right? Here it is. I don't care what they say as long as they keep talking about me. I think I nailed it. I think I got it. I think I said it off the top of my head. It is a fact. So if you're bothered by that, I need you to understand they're only talking about you because they are trying to get it. They're trying to get your attention. And there is no such thing as bad. There's no such thing as bad attention. Too Short last night was really funny. He was like, "Who's the boss? Who's the boss B?" He said well, I don't cuss when I'm on a big training like this, but who's the boss B in the room, right? And I'm like, oh, just sitting there, and everyone was like, "It's her. It's Jessie Lee."
It just means you're the best at fucking scamming people. What if I was the best Band-Aid taker offer? I wouldn't brag about that.
Oh, it's her. It's her. I'm like, oh man, it's crazy. So anyway, stand for something. Next tip for courage is you got to find courage in numbers sometimes. Who are your allies? Who are your people? It's much easier to act in the company of even one other person who feels the same way you do, right? The hardest thing in the world, I think, is to be courageous when it's just you, but you still have to be courageous when it's just you. Does that make sense, Sam? Does that make sense, Victoria? Does that make sense, Brittany? You still, thank you for following me, Jessica. You still have to be courageous when you are alone. Right? It's not always necessary though. Why do you think I'm at masterminds like this? Why do you think I'm constantly on social media finding my people like Vanessa, like Melissa, right? Why? Why do you think I'm here, Allie? Why do you think I'm here, Juliana? Why do you think I'm here, Charity or Charisse or Sharon or Alicia? Like, I'm here because this is how you find your people. This is how you find your people, Letitia. This is how it's done. Could be Letitia, right? That's how it's done, okay? You got to find people that have the same beliefs as you. You got to find people that are on the same team as you. You got to find people who want to follow in your footsteps as well and lock arms with you. It will make your life a lot easier. Thank you for following. I see you over here clicking follow. It tells me, so I appreciate that. All right. The next thing is you want to be more courageous. Learn how to pay attention to positive signaling and disassociate from negative ones. We are so...
What the fuck is positive signaling? Virtue signaling? That's like when people are like showing that they're good. There's social signaling, which we all do, like on a minute scale, like microaggressions, body language, the way we move, the way that she's constantly moving like this because she doesn't actually give a fuck about the people she's talking to. The way that she's constantly like doing this thing when she's thinking because she's either lying or pulling shit out of her ass. Positive signaling, never heard of it. Like, and I think it's just another way for her to say, don't listen to people that have negative opinions. Don't listen to people telling you that you're losing money.
Fast to get into the negativity. We're so fast to pay attention to the one nasty thing instead of focusing on the positive reinforcement that is literally all around us. There are so many more positive comments. Like, watch, drop a red heart in the comments below if you are enjoying this live, if you love following me, if you enjoy being part of, the Lee Hive is just the Jessie Lee fan club, right? If you enjoy this show, whatever, drop a heart in the comments below, a red heart. Drop a red heart in the comments below if you enjoy what I do, if you like what I do on the internet, if you enjoy following me, if you share my content, drop a red heart in the comments below. Now, if you cannot stand me, if you are driven nuts by me, if you are like, would this girl just jump off a cliff, which I'm in Carlsbad, so I think there's a cliff I could probably find. I hope I would land in the water and swim away from all of you. Okay, if you hate me, drop a black heart. If you can't stand me, drop a black.
I think one person does this. Obviously, when you're signaling people out like that, they're not just going to be like, yeah, I hate this bitch. There's probably a few people watching this that don't like her. There's a few people I know that have probably screen recorded this that don't like her, that didn't comment. And if I'm one of them watching right now and I didn't comment, I'm like, yeah, there's like 2 or 3 hearts on YouTube, live comments. She's so big. She thinks she's a little lapdog still. And then someone does do a black heart.
Heart, because you're showing how black your heart is, okay? I'm just kidding, but you can drop a black heart. I'm gonna guess that there might be, a black heart. Somebody might be bold and drop a black heart because they hate me. But if you look at the colors, I don't talk like that. If you look at the colors over here, there's a crap load of red hearts everywhere. All I see is red hearts. You know just as much as I know, as soon as one black heart were to come across the screen, which I don't see a single one, okay, you would go, oh my God, the black heart. That's what we do. We pay attention to the one negative comment. I have 2,500 5-star reviews, it's like 2468 5-star reviews. There we go. Jay over here hates me. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the black heart, Jay. All right. So anyway, you hate me. I'm so sorry about yourself. All right. I've got 2468 or whatever black star reviews. 5-star.
She cannot stand that someone was bold enough, whether or not they're kidding, to put a black heart. Because, and the thing is too, when you're doing something like this, you need to have an unbiased group. And you don't have that right now. I think that what she was trying to do is like her own twisted version of a study. But again, you would have to have a group of people and you would have to, you know, tell them to rate this person. You would have to have like one completely unbiased group, like, you know, basic fucking biology, like science that we all learned. You can't, you cannot be a survey taker and convince the public at the same time. Like, she was like, drop a red heart if you love me, if you love the fucking Beyonce ripoff Leehive. She thinks she's important. She's not. No one knows what that is. I didn't. I couldn't even say it just now. Drop a red heart if you love me, if you just love being here. Drop a black heart if you hate me and you have a black heart. Guess what, boo? If that were a Stanford study, it would be thrown out the fucking window because you just completely biased an entire potential group of people. That's not how that works, you idiot.
5-star reviews on my podcast. And there's one-star review. Oh, someone's knocking again. It's room service, just like yesterday. I'm too loud. Okay,
Shut the fuck up.
1-star review. Which one do we pay attention to? You pay attention to the 1-star review, don't you? I know you do, right? Just like you get all these great comments on your TikToks, you get one negative comment. What do you pay attention to? The one negative comment. You get one bad review about your product or your service or your leadership, and you go all in. Someone's behind me. They're at the door. I'm in a hotel room, and I think I'm being a little loud. Okay, I know you love me. Right? We pay attention to that one. Would you just throw away the negative ones? Who?
No. That's not how that works.
Who cares? Pay so much more attention to the positive comments in your life. Pay so much more attention to the people who are focused on uplifting others around you. We don't have time in Jessie Lee World to focus on negativity. If you came to my page to fight, there is a button that is called block, and that is where you will go. You will go to the block hole. We don't fight on my Instagram. We don't fight on my Facebook. We don't fight on my YouTube. We don't fight on my TikTok.
Then why do you get to call people like Julie Joe, Mrs. Potato Head, and then block people so that they can't then say anything back? It's just because you're blocking the avenue of communication doesn't mean that it's not a fight. That's like when I was younger, I'd fight with my sisters and shut the door and be like, you can't get me now. We're still fighting. It's just I have now blocked her method of communicating with me. And so now there's no way for her to win the argument because I don't let her. And then I get to tell all my little lackeys, like, yeah, my sister, I kicked her ass. What I didn't tell them is that I fucking didn't let her kick my ass back. Do you see how stupid you sound? Honestly, sit and just think. Yeah, sounds dumb. Also, people are allowed to research things. She's very much setting this up. There's only 8 minutes left. She's setting it up for a very us versus them, which is, guess what? Part of the bite model.
TikTok. We don't fight on my podcast, right? We don't fight. Throw away the negative ones. Discount the negative ones. You get to control your mindset. You get to decide. You get to decide what you allow inside of you. You get to decide if you want to watch the videos where people are bashing you. You get to decide. You get to decide all of these things. It's a decision. Nobody can manipulate you. I think that's a fake word. Honest to God. Nobody can manipulate.
4 times now that this woman has... Are we in an alternate, like, dimension where you can just say whatever you want to say on the internet? Good thing it's only to 293 people. Manipulation is very much a real thing. Manipulation is very much used in cults. Manipulation is something that a cult would not want you to know that they can do and that they do at all. So they would say they don't manipulate you. And they might go so far as to say manipulation isn't even real. Let's get through these last 8 minutes together.
you and make you feel some type of way, you get to make that conscious decision. Okay. So be courageous in that. And the next thing is you got to find role models who are courageous people. Okay. I'm a huge believer in the power of mentorship and a huge believer, thank you for following Alexis, a huge believer in the power of elevating yourself by surrounding yourself with people who are doing better than you. Okay. The power of role models, the power of coaching, the power of mentorship, the power of masterminds like the one I'm at right now. Okay. That shifts your entire world, right? You will stretch yourself beyond your apparent limits. Right? Because there's a part of all of us that goes, can this really be done? There's a part of when you are setting business goals or any kind of goals in general that goes in your mind, you'll go, is this real? Can this happen? And then you have to think, if somebody else has done this, of course I can do it. Of course I can do it. Right? I will tell you, everyone starts off as an ordinary person. Quite frankly, we're all ordinary people. And maybe you don't want to hear that, but it's really true. It's really, really, really true. This mastermind's $100,000. $100,000. Okay? Like,
where the fuck did anybody ask how much it was?
It's normal people being courageous. It's the Anne Franks.
Oh my fuck. Why? I just finished my Beveragino and I just got over her comparing network marketers to Martin Luther King Jr. And here we are. Wait.
Right? Being courageous. It's the Rosa Parks being courageous. It's Martin Luther King Jr., like I said, being courageous. It's the Florence Nightingales being courageous. Right? Doing things that...
Imagine having that much caucasity. I can never. To compare network marketing to Anne Frank, Florence Nightingale, Martin Luther King Jr., and Rosa Parks.
When they're mocked and they're shamed and they're laughed at and they're said they're crazy and they're being told they're going to be kicked out of their family and they're being told all of these things, they still show up with courage. That's how the world's changed, because the world is not changed by your opinion. It's changed by your example, right? It's changed by your example. If you're taking notes, write that down, right? The world is not changed by your opinion. It's changed by your example. So be a good example. Now, I want to read you a couple things from this book really fast, because I have to tell you, this book is incredible. It is Courage is Calling by Ryan Holiday. I've read every single one of his books, probably 4 or 5 times a piece. This is my second time reading this book, though. I'm obsessed. And so I want to read you a couple of things really fast that I've underlined that I think are incredible. People would rather be complicit in a crime than speak up. People would rather stay in a job they hate than explain why they quit to do something less certain. They'd rather follow a silly trend than dare question it. Losing their life savings to a burst bubble is somehow less painful than seeming stupid for sitting on the sidelines while a bubble grew. They'd rather go along with something that will tarnish their legacy than raise their voice ever so slightly and risk standing alone or apart for even 10 minutes. You know what? I do a lot differently. Right? I do network marketing completely differently than anybody I've ever met. I do social media differently than anybody I've ever met. I like to innovate. I like to change. I like to do so many things that make people go, oh my gosh, I'll ask you to follow all day long.
Hey, if you did it differently, you would have more than 293 views on a 6-day-old video, and also you'd have higher than a 0.45% interaction rate. You just do it in a way that doesn't make sense. Your content calendar is how many times can I go live in a 24-hour period. I would not be at all surprised if I went on TikTok tomorrow and saw Jessie Lee Ward sleeping on live.
Better believe it. You better freaking believe it, right? And so too many people, though, are so focused on what other people think about them, what other people say about them, whatever other people's opinions are of them, and it doesn't even make any sense, right? It doesn't even make any sense, right? Love this right here. Let other people, here we go. This is a good one. Let other people worry about what they will say about you. They will say it in any case. You can't let fear rule. Because there is you writing this down? There has never been a person who did something that mattered without pissing people off. There has never been a change that was not met with doubts. There has never been a movement that was not mocked. There was never a groundbreaking business that wasn't loudly predicted to fail. And there has never, I love this, there has never, ever been a time when the average opinion of faceless, unaccountable strangers should ever be valued above our own considered judgment. Are you kidding me? We're so focused on the hater that comes onto our live video with an emoji as a picture or no picture at all. We're so worried about the person with the fake profile, with the 0 followers, with the 0 profile, with the 0 posts. You're worried about a faceless stranger who would never in a million years go to your face and say all the crazy stuff they say on social media about you. You're so worried about the person who won't accept an apology. You're so worried about the person who is not going in life where you want to go. You're so worried about the person who has nothing compared to where you know God has a calling on your life.
2 in 1. So not only have we pitted people against each other, we have now used religion as a form of manipulation. For the very first time, she has brought up God in this conversation.
Really? You're worried about that person? That person's worried about themselves. Because I've never met a successful person. I've never met a happy person who goes on the internet spitting hate.
I'm not unhappy because you don't like what I have to say. You can't pit emotions on people just because you disagree with what they say. I don't think you're happy. Quite frankly. I don't think you'll ever be happy. I don't think there's any amount of money that you can have that would make you happy. And you know that. And you know that you're always going to be alone, even in a room full of people, because you hate yourself. I'd love to help you with that.
I've never met a happy person who goes and comments negative stuff on somebody's posts. I've never met a positive, uplifting role model that is full of courage and bravery who goes and does internet warrior stuff all over your posts. Never. Not one. Not one. And so when you are so focused on what everybody else is saying about you, I want you to think about something. It's never as bad as you think. You have survived every single one of your worst days. You've made it. You've made it. You think it's loud because you get what? What? What'd you get?
I can hold up a storybook like that too and look serious. Yeah, I wrote this backwards. I've never met a moral person who's a network marketer. Never.
20 mean comments? Would you get 20 mean comments? 100 mean comments? You think the whole world hates you?
Bro, if I got 100 mean comments, I would probably not give a shit. But also, I don't have to worry about 100 people trying to cancel me for being a scam artist.
I really doubt it. I really doubt it. The book again is Courage is Calling by Ryan Holiday. I doubt it. Be careful who you let in your mind.
Again, the book is called Elevate Your Life by Crystal Harris and Kelsey Danielle Miller. It's available on Amazon. Are we doing book plugs? No.
Be careful who you let dictate your life. Be careful. Be careful. The only thing you need to control is your mindset. And when you know who you are, I promise you, you will figure it out. Follow the role models. Get some allies. Be more courageous. Do the things that are a little bit difficult. Say the things that are a little bit hard to say. And then just do the right things. Period. So I love you guys and I appreciate you. I think you know that, but just in case, my name's Jessie Lee. You can call me Boss Lee. If you don't already subscribe and follow me everywhere, make sure you do so. I go live every single day and I do trainings. I also have one of the #1 business podcasts. It's number 11 right now. I have the number 11.
Hi, it's not even in the top 20.
business podcasts in the world. So make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you follow me Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And I appreciate everything you guys do. Have an awesome rest of your night. I have to go down.
In the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram because I am going to start posting there. You can follow me on here, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 by the end of this year. You can go on my little tally counter. This is for TikTok. Also, where else can you follow me? You can follow me on TikTok. That's cool. You can go there. 100,000 by the end of the year, maybe. I have goals. I like to share them. I am disgusted. I really enjoyed being able to, sit here and talk shit. It made me feel good, even though this went over, and Jen is going to be super mad at me. I am satisfied. I do want to say, if you are in multi-level marketing and if you are being forced to listen to these videos, because we all know there's an upline out there that says, go watch this video on YouTube. If something doesn't feel right, that's okay. And if you're scared that people aren't going to like you and that the friends that you've made are going to, go against you, I'll be your friend. And it's fine. I don't dislike you for being in network marketing. I was in network marketing myself. I dislike that version of me that thought that that was okay. I will wrap up this month by talking about Tony Robbins. If you want to know how multi-level marketing companies operate like a cult, I will have a complete blog breakdown on my personal website that I will put in the description of the last video of this month and then every video going forward. So thank you guys, 94, 5, 6 of you. I really appreciate that. That's actually kind of really cool. I am going to start taking this more seriously. 50 Stories does start soon and I'm very excited for that. Apparently all I have to do is drink a wine cooler and I'll be ready to go. So bye, thank you. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop a 4 in the comments.